Okay, in this video, we will discuss on how to apply the object array in Java programming. So this program is written in order to create an array object that hold the values of student name and student mark. So in Java, we use the concept of OOP, object-oriented programming. So you must have a class, have an object, and have a method. So first, let's say I create class grade array. So this one is the class, and under this part, we have the main method. So this one is the main method. The function of this main method is to get the input from the user and to display the output to the user. So in this grade array class, we have the constructor. So the constructor means once you create a new object, it will call this constructor. So this constructor, we have the argument, so we call as normal constructor with the argument. So it has argument string n and integer m. This class, we have declare the variable string name and integer mark. So at this method, at this constructor, we assign the value, the argument, to the name and mark. N equal to name, m equal to mark. So this refer to this variable in this class. Okay. So in this class, we have another method we call as show data. So the purpose of this method is to display the data. Okay. At the main method here, we have scanner input. This one to declare variable for getting input from the user. We use scanner in this case. We have two options. Either we can use scanner or we can use J option pin dialog box. So dialog box or scanner. So if we use scanner, we must import java.util.scanner. And then we declare the variable name and integer mark. And then this one, we declare the object array. So this object array with size of 2. So it means the maximum size that it can hold the value is 2. So the index is 0 and 1. At this loop, for loop, we want to get the data from the user. So we use for integer I equal to 0, because the index start with 0, and I less than student.length. So this one to get the size of this array, student array. And then I plus plus. So we increase or increment on I value. So it will display system out print line student name. So you need to enter the student name. So when you enter the data, the value will assign to the name by using input.nextLine assigned to the name. So now the variable name hold the value of what the user input or user key in. And then the next part, after it get the username, it will get the student mark. So the value that user entered will be assigned to the variable mark. And then at this point, you create a new object. When you create new objects, mean you call the constructor. So at your constructor point, you have grade array, name and mark. So it must follow this format. You have string name and integer mark. So you put the value name at here, which is string, and integer here is mark. So that means you create one object that hold this value based on what the user enter. And then if I more than or equal to the size, it will goes to the next code. So the next code is for displaying the data. So displaying the data, you use the same things. Integer I equal to 0. I equal to stud.length. This one is the size of the variable, and then do increment on the I value, and then this part you call the method of show data. Okay, this method, which it will print the student name and the student size. Then you can compile and run your program. And then it will show the output.